Hey everybody, it's a mailbag. So I keep saying that I am not going to film videos at 4 and 5 in the morning, but in this situation I need several of these things, and so here I am at 5 in the morning filming a video. Because I want you guys to see this stuff with me. So this is a PN2000 electricity usage monitor. Now, I had a kilowatt before and it died, and apparently that happens a lot. For those of you who are unfamiliar, a little meter like this will tell you how much electricity you're using, and it can calculate the cost. I don't really trust them to calculate the cost. YouTuber Pile of Stuff got one at least similar to this. I didn't compare models. I kind of went by Amazon reviews, so you know how that is. But this thing is supposed to tell you how much electricity, both in real time and overall, that a device is using. Now, I have a clamp meter I've got, and I thought about doing some testing with that. Now, you may have seen my thin client video where I'm comparing a small PC to a Raspberry Pi, and one of the things that I couldn't test in that video because my meter had died was the overall power consumption. So I'm going to back that up, and I'm going to do 4 devices, maybe even 5, a Raspberry Pi 3, Raspberry Pi 3B, Raspberry Pi 4, and 2 different thin clients to get an idea of both performance and how much they cost to run. Just to give you a quick example, we will take this grungy power cord and plug this thing in. I don't love the way this thing goes up. I guess you can put it on the top of the outlet. I guess it's fine. So this comes in here and plugs in. We didn't let any magic smoke out, and right now it is reading 0 watts as it should. And I have this Card King router, which is what I use to control my Arduino shooting gallery. It's kind of its own standalone thing, and as we plug this in, we're going to see that we are drawing 1.5, 1.75. You can see how it's jumping around, telling us as it's going through the boot process. I'm guessing once this thing fully boots up, that will stabilize. Yeah, it looked like it just... we'll see. But you can go through there and you can view some different settings. You can see how many milliamp hours you've used. You can see what voltage is putting out, 122.6 with me being in the good old US of A. 60 hertz. Wow, that's clean. That's real clean, exactly at 60. M. What is M? I don't know. Maybe money? Kilowatt hours, and the power factor of 0.57. Yeah, so now we're at 3.4 watts with the thing pretty much booted. So this thing will be super helpful in allowing me to give you guys, if not accurate data, at least consistent data between these machines and what they're doing and all that kind of stuff. So this is the, forget the brand name, this is the Pony PN2000 electricity usage monitor, and I think I got it for around 20 bucks off Amazon. I will put an affiliate link in the description. Those affiliate links, I don't make a lot of money off them, but they do help the channel, and if you're going to buy it anyway, use my link, man, help me out. Now, I said the main reason why I don't want to film these videos at 5 in the morning is because of energy, but man, I am full of energy today, so I'm raring to go. I love what I do for a living, and I'll spend a little more time talking about that, but I generally wake up, ready to go. Now, I have opened this one. I got this in a while ago, actually, but I haven't used it or actually taken it apart. This is a JEYI. Let me show you here. This is a PCI Express to NVMe M.2 adapter. Now, what makes this great, if you and a SATA. What makes this cool is that if you've never used the little NVMe SSDs or the M.2 let me try that again. The M.2 SSDs, they are absolutely fantastic. Like the first time I held one in my hand, it was hard to believe that you've got 512 gigs in this thing that's a stick of gum. But what makes this different is that they are way, way, way faster than your SATA 3 ports. So the problem is that up until recently, nearly any computer that actually had one of these slots only had one, And there would be times that I would want to clone a drive, or I would want to add an additional drive. And so I probably could have gotten a USB 3 version of this, but I figure with this being SATA, or with this being PCI Express, I'll be able to go a lot faster. And so the idea is that if I need to clone an M.2 drive, or if I need to back one up, or if I need to put two in a system temporarily, this is my little tool to do it. And it was like $7 from AliExpress. It took forever to get here, like so much so that I wasn't sure I was actually going to get it. But it's got the little adapter right here. So this is the JEYI NVMe adapter, like $7-ish from AliExpress. I actually forget what this is. Oh, okay, I know what this is. So, let me find its companion. Okay, people, stick with me. So, back a while ago, I did a promotion for the Arduino Facebook group where I gave away a bunch of pluggable stuff, and this is my personal unit. But then we have this thing. This is a 2-in and 4-out HDMI switcher. So what does this all have to do with each other? So right now, many of you guys have asked me about, many of you guys have seen the fact that I Chromecast my camera up to, let's see here, make sure I swiveled them out. I Chromecasted that little TV while I'm videoing, and it works pretty well. Let's see here. There you go, taking you guys for a ride. It works pretty well to Chromecast up to that TV so I can see what you guys are, or so I can see what's on the screen. But I found a better way, and I'm going to talk about that in another video. But essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook this pluggable dock up to my phone, and what that'll allow me to do is actually use my mouse and keyboard and HDMI from this to the TV, which means that I won't have to, like, it'll just run. I can just plug it in and see what I'm doing on the TV. Now, what does that have to do with all this? Well, I have HDMI cables running all over my office. So what I'm also going to do is, back behind that little TV that I just showed you guys, I'm going to use this as a splitter. So I'm going to take that one in and I'm going to broadcast it. Let's see, I'm going to take you guys for another ride. I'm going to broadcast it to that big TV all the way over there. So depending on what I'm doing, I can have my screen on both. All right, don't get sick, don't get sick. So I'm using this as a splitter so I can have my live feed from my phone. Okay, I'm gonna stop fiddling with both of these video, with both outputs. Now the problem is that TV I showed you just has two HDMIs, and so, which is really lame, but it's actually a sweet TV, especially in here because it's a plasma and this is a dark room. So this is a 5x1 HDMI input splitter, and so the idea is that I'm going to be able to hook more inputs up to that TV, and that TV sits over there by where my servers are. So what I like about it is that because it's, I don't know, 50 inches or something like that, maybe 42, I don't know, but the what I like about it is that when I have server stuff on that screen, I can read it from across the room. So essentially, I can be sitting at my main PC, and if I don't want to VNC into any of my servers, I can just have these giant fonts up on the screen to watch, like as I'm installing software and stuff out of the corner of my eye. So that one TV now will be able to have all of the servers and the camera, thanks to this box, live. So I'll have the two HDMIs that are in it. One of them will stay connected. My wife will always have input 1 because that's what you do when you love your wife. And then for input 2, I will be able to switch between 5 more inputs, which will be my 2 servers and 2 Pis and a camera. So this is the HDMI 4K switching unit, and I will probably give you guys a little bit of a demo of that when I talk about my camera setup. So it's got a little power supply. We are rocking 5 volts and 420 milliamps, so there's a good chance that this could be powered from USB if I wanted to. Some kind of little strap, like a, what are you gonna do, a lanyard? Oh no, Velcro. So a Velcro strap. That's completely necessary to put that in plastic. Why do you hate the environment, China? No offense, China. Love you, China. I welcome my future overlords. So we've got a remote with no batteries included. Alright, so I gotta get some AAAs, and eventually I will hook that up and show you guys that whole thing in another video. But that is the Skyer HDMI 5x1 HDMI switch. I said HDMI multiple times. There's lots of HDMIs going on over here. Okay, I think I know what this is. This is a Neewer thing, and I don't want to cut this. Okay. I believe ni hao is Chinese for thank you, or is it hello? I don't remember. Annyeong. If you guys have not watched Arrested Development, I highly recommend it. Give it a couple episodes, but it is the most brilliant show I've ever seen. So this is a green screen. I'm gonna make all my noise at once. So this is an inexpensive, actually, green screen that got really good reviews, and the main reason why I got this is not because I want to do too many crazy effects, but I have a second channel, which I haven't talked about at all on here, but it is Develop with Dan, YouTube Develop with Dan, and that channel is going to become, go subscribe if you want to, and you'll find out. It has some content now, but in about a week or so you'll know what it really is going to be, in addition to some coding tutorials and stuff like that. So this is a green screen that will allow me to film at different places in my office without having to take down. I do a lot of hardware prototyping, and a lot of, like, nearly everything I do is under some kind of non-disclosure agreement, and so the ability to just black out whatever's behind me will be super helpful for filming some future videos. And I want to film a lot of future videos, and I hope you guys want to watch a lot of future videos. But that thing is very good quality. Comes with $1 worth of these squeeze clamps, which I think maybe barely will grab the 2x10s on my ceiling. So we'll see. All right, and last but not least, we got the biggin. So let's see, this is another one that I don't want to cut too aggressively. Usually the first cut is the deepest, but I'm not going to do that. So, okay, got some tape over here. And, oh, alright, so we got a box. Now, I know my address is somewhere on this thing, so I'm going to be a little careful, because I'm not like the other YouTubers where I go in advance and black stuff out. I live on the edge, baby. So this is the relleno. I'm guessing that's like chili relleno or whatever that is. I never eat chili rellenos. I've been to Mexico 150 times plus. Can you believe that? 150 times. So this, everything has got its little cricketed name on it. Let's grab this out. Goodness, there's a lot of stuff in there. Hey, I got a Rayona Lucky card and a bag. Okay, everything here is pretty much duplicates. So I'm going to get rid of half of this stuff. Okay, one, and one. So this is one of those lighting rigs, and this should go along with my green screen. Okay, so we've got a stand. This was not, for the amount of stuff you get with this, like, these kits are not expensive. Like, it's kind of amazing. When I used to do a lot of sound and video, I mean, this is not a super high-endy stand, but it's, I mean, for what I'm going to ask it to do, like, it's nice to have it. But yeah, the price of this stuff has just come down so much since I was buying it. I used to do a lot of big sound and video installs. Now I don't do that because I hate supporting that stuff. Wow, that is a gigantic curly Q bulb. That is 85 watts at 5500 Kelvin, which is kind of nice to see the 5500 Kelvin, because that LED panel light that I have laying around here somewhere that I just got can go at that same color temperature. So we have the biggest curly Q bulb I've ever seen. There's enough mercury to kill 75 children in that thing, I'm sure. So this is the giant Roleno curly Q bulb, and there are 2 of them. And then this, which I probably will not attempt to set this up on camera. We'll see. This is the little light umbrella thing. So I have a light umbrella, like, and so it's got a little rocker power switch. It's kind of common to a lot of electronics. Fortunately, we have the USB-A plug. We have a diffuser and a cover, or maybe it's just a diffuser. But this is the Roleno light system, and it will help with the green screen and stuff. So here it is. Here's one of them in all its glory, lighting up my Trek 1800C in all its glory. And yeah, it gives a nice diffused light. Doesn't look super fancy straight on, but it's seems to do what I need it to do, and not getting a lot of reflections or anything like that. So yeah, that is the Roleno light. But that's all I have for the mailbag. So yeah, I hope you guys are still sleeping right now, and that you'll wake up and there'll all of a sudden be a mailbag video. So hey, thanks for watching.